Hello and greetings everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you some useful keyboard shortcuts which you can use in VS Code or Visual Studio Code that will help you to write and edit code in a much faster and efficient way. I think the best first example would be how to open a file in VS Code. So normally, most people use their mouse. So suppose in this project I have a file named spinner.tsx. In this project I have a file spinner.tsx and I want to open that file. So what most people will do, they will use their mouse, they will go to the left hand side sidebar, they will click a bunch of folders, right, and then they will find the file and then they will click on that file and then the file will open, right. There's a much better way to do it in VS Code. So if you press Control P, VS Code will open up a small window or a dialog box where you can type the name of the file, and it will basically, VS Code will basically search that file and give it to you. So suppose I'm doing Control P and then spinner SPI, and there we go. VS Code has already given me spinners.tsx right here. I didn't have to write the full name, just SPI, right? So Control P, SPI, enter, and we have spinners.tsx. So much faster than using the mouse, right? So suppose another file, filepicker.tsx. Control P, FILE, enter, we have filepicker.tsx. So much faster, right? So this is one of the I think this is the best first example to show that how much faster you can become if you use these keyboard shortcuts. And this is one of the things I follow, which is if the more you use your mouse, the slower you become while coding. The more you use your mouse, the slower you become while coding, and the more you use your keyboard, the faster you become while coding, right? And this was the best example, how to open a file in VS Code. So suppose for the next example, so opening a file is Control plus, or if you're in Mac, it's Control or Command plus P. Suppose for the next one, how to close a file. So obviously what we will do, most people do, is click on this cross button, right? Click on this cross button right over here, right? So I will click this cross button and then I will use the mouse and then click this cross button and then it will close, right? So another keyboard shortcut is Control W. So if you press Control W, it will close the current tab, right? Control W. And another nice keyboard shortcut is how to open the previously closed tab. So if you press Control Shift T, it will open the previously closed tab. Again, Control Shift T, it opens the previously closed tab. So Control W to close the tab and Control Shift T to open the previously closed tab. So closing the file or tab is Control or Command W, and another would be, suppose, opening the previously closed file or tab would be Control or Command plus Shift plus T. All right, now for the next one is horizontal movements. So suppose horizontal movements meaning how you move from within one line, from one position to another position within the same line. So suppose I'm in this line number 3 and I want to move fast from the beginning to the end. So instead of using your mouse and clicking right at the end, use your keyboard. So if you do home, it will go at the beginning of the line, and if you do end, it will go at the end of the line. So home for beginning, end for at the end of the line. and if you press Control plus arrow buttons, it will move across the words. So Control plus left arrow, it will move across the word from right to left, and Control plus right arrow will move across the words from left to right. As you can see, Control plus right, Control plus left. So much better than using the mouse. So horizontal movements, Control plus right or left, and end or home. Okay, for the next one is moving a line or a block of code. So suppose I'm going to another file here. Suppose I'm opening file picker. Yeah. Okay, so suppose we have these two block of code. So this is one block and this is another block, right? And what I want to do is I want to move this block, this block of code below this block of code. So I want to move these two lines below this for 1 2 3 4 5, these 5 lines. I want to move these two lines of code over here, right? So what most people will do, they will just pick up their mouse, they will do like this, they will select the lines like this, then they will press Ctrl X for cut, then they will go to line number 11, and then they will press Ctrl V to paste. Don't do like this, use your mouse. So what do you do, go to line number 3, right, and again horizontal movements, Shift plus End will select that line. Again, while pressing Shift, hold the down button and then again End. It will select the entire code block, right? So again, go to the beginning of the line, Shift, End, down, End. It will basically select the entire block, then press Alt, down arrow, right? Alt plus down arrow, and there we have it. So the trick is Alt plus up arrow will move the block or the line up, and Alt plus down arrow will move the line or the block of code down. Alt plus up, Alt plus down. It's that simple, and it's so much faster than using a mouse. Similarly, suppose I want to copy these two lines and paste them here, right? I want to copy them. I don't want to move them, but I want to copy them. I want to copy these two lines and paste them here. So instead of doing like this and then copying, Control C and then going here and then Control V, use your keyboard shortcut. So again, select this block, then in order to copy that line or copy this block of code, use Shift Alt down, Shift Alt down, or Shift Alt up, any one of them. Shift Alt up or Shift Alt down. That will copy the line, the selected line or the selected block of code up or down, right? And then obviously you can press Alt down to move that file, move that block of code, just like that. So much faster. So the trick is Shift Alt down or up will copy the selected line or the selected block of code up or down. Shift Alt down or Shift Alt up. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have next. Yeah. So moving a line or block is Alt plus up or down, and copying a line or block is Shift plus Alt plus up or down. All right, then we have renaming. Another thing I missed is suppose changing tabs or changing files. So changing files or tabs. So what generally most people do is use their mouse, and then we have, suppose I have these 4 tabs opened, and in order to interchange between them, most people will use their mouse. So we use their mouse, click here or click here or click here or click here. Use your keyboard. Control plus tab, if you press, VS Code will open this nice window or pop-up which will list out all of the tabs you have currently opened. So if you press Control tab, it will change the tab. Again, suppose I want to go to the last tab, again Control tab, Control tab, there we have it. Again Control tab, last file I want to go, Control tab, Control tab, and I am in the last tab. Again I want to go to the previous file. So much faster than using the mouse. So changing files or tabs is Control plus tab. Next is renaming. Now renaming is really nice and important feature for any IDE for that matter, not only VS Code. Now in VS Code, we can rename did I write rename a file? Okay, not that. Okay, fine. So renaming not a file, but renaming a name. So suppose here I have interface processed file. So this is a name, this is a name. Suppose I want to rename this. So okay, so I want to rename this to, say, suppose processed file X, right? I want to add an X. So if I add an X here, it will give us an error over here, because we have to change this name as well, right? We can't just change one name and make it a day. It won't happen. It will give us errors. So if we use our mouse to do like this, it will take a lot of time, because we have to change the names in every file we have used this name. So in this file, suppose this name has been used twice, so only here. Okay, another place here. So thrice this word has been used here. So I have to use my mouse to go over here, then press X, then again scroll down, then again press here, then again press X. That will take time. So what we will do is we will use keyboard shortcuts. Again, we will go to the name we want to rename, then press F2. If you press F2, VS Code will open up this nice pop-up, where we can enter the new name of the new name which we want it to be named. So suppose I'm pressing F2 and I'm adding an X here, then pressing enter, then it will automatically change all of the references. See, this one has been changed, and this one also has been changed. So much better. Okay, so another thing is searching. So in order to search, we can press Control F. So if you press Control F, VS Code will bring up this nice search panel or search pop-up, where we can search for names or functions or anything. So suppose I'm searching for processed file, again processed file, and it finds instantly, and I can press enter to move across the search results. So as you can see here, it has found 3 search results in this file, and I can press enter to move across them, right? Enter, move across them. Another keyboard shortcut for searching is Control D. So if you select this line, again use keyboard shortcuts, Control Shift right arrow to select a word, or Control Shift left arrow to select a word, and then if you press Control D, again D, it will select all of the occurrences of the selected name. Again, I can do this with file number as well. So I'll select the name, then press Control D, and it will select all of the occurrences. As you can see, all of the occurrences, 3 occurrences I have selected. So this is another way of searching, Control F and Control D. So let's see what is next. Renaming is obviously F2, and searching is Control F or control D after selecting the name, right? Okay, then opening or closing the terminal. So we can open or close the terminal using control backtick. So if you press control backtick, it will open up the terminal, and if you again press control backtick, it will close the terminal. Control backtick to open, control backtick to close. Similar for the sidebar over here on the left. If you press control B, it will close. Again control B, it will open. Control B to close, control B to open. It's that simple. So for the terminal, it's control plus backtick, and for the sidebar, it is control plus B. And for the last one, this is for me my favorite keyboard shortcut in VS Code, which is this is more of a feature. This is more of a feature rather than a keyboard shortcut. Yes, it is a keyboard shortcut, but it's more of a feature of VS Code, which is multi-cursor support. Now the best example to show this is in this file right here. So suppose I have this interface right here, right? This is a TypeScript file, and I have this interface, and I have these things, these properties, right? All of these properties, and what I want to do is I want all of these properties within quotes. So I want to make this one within quotes like this, and similar to this, I want all of these to be in quotes. So what most people will do is they will use their mouse and they will do like this, then they will go to the end of the line and they will do this. No, don't do like that. You can use your keyboard shortcuts, obviously, which is selecting the word, which is Control Shift right to select the word, and then press quotes to quoting the word for quoting the word. Then again this one, Control Shift home or Control Shift left, and then again quote for quoting, and you can continue this like this. This is better than using a mouse, but there's a better way, which is multi-cursor. So what you can do, you can use your keyboard to go to the beginning of the first property, and then you can press Control Alt down, and do you notice what has happened here? There's a big cursor here. As you can see, there's a big cursor. It's actually not a big cursor, it's a combination of two cursors, which is on line number 4 and line number 5. And the combination of two cursors is making it look like a big cursor, one big cursor, but it's actually a combination of cursors. So this is called multi-cursor in VS Code, and the limit, it's basically limitless. So again, if I press Control Alt down, it becomes a combination of 3 cursors. Again, Control Alt down, 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 down. We have a big cursor, which is basically a combination of a lot of cursors. So this is multi-cursor support. And now basically what I can do for selecting one word, Control Shift right, it selects the words and then quote, and we are done. And then we for cancelling the multi-cursor, we can press escape, and we are back to one cursor, and we did that within seconds, right? So I'm repeating. Suppose I'm using my mouse like this, then this, then again this, then this, then again this and this. No, use multi-cursor. So this, so much faster. It's not even a comparison, it's funny, it's so fast, it's so faster. So yeah, this is probably my best editing feature of VS Code. This helps a lot, especially if you're working with like APIs, if you're creating APIs, and if you're testing out APIs or making APIs, developing APIs. This feature will help a lot. And yeah, so let's go back to the file. So multi-cursor support is Control plus Alt plus up or down. up or down. And yeah, you can press Ctrl Alt down as well, up as well. I pressed Ctrl Alt down, but if you want, you can go to the end of the beginning of the last property right here, last property beginning, and you can press Ctrl Alt up, and it will do the same thing. Again, select the word, Ctrl Shift right, and then quote. It's so nice, it's so fast, so efficient. So I wanted to in this video I wanted to show you these keyboard shortcuts, these useful keyboard shortcuts. And these if you make it a habit of using these keyboard shortcuts, it will definitely save you a lot of time while writing and editing code. It's guaranteed, it's obvious. I mean, the best example is opening a file. You don't have to go to the left hand side sidebar, click a bunch of folders, and then select the file. You can just press Ctrl P and then write the name of the file and press enter. It's so much faster, right? It's not even a comparison. Then closing a tab, you don't have to even pick your mouse. You can just press Ctrl W, and basically it will close the file. It is so much better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and try these keyboard shortcuts. And I'm pretty sure if you make it a habit of using these keyboard shortcuts, it will make you an efficient and fast, a more efficient and a more faster developer. So yeah, thank you for watching this video.